What is going on, guys? Mike with Chit Chat Gaming. So if you grew up in the late 80s, the 90s, you're probably definitely familiar with Trauma Entertainment. You've probably seen movies like, maybe you haven't, maybe you have, but movies like The Toxic Avenger, Class of Nukem High, Sergeant Kabuki Man, NYPD, those type of B horror movies, what they call them, the B movies. Again, I grew up with these movies here. I've always been a big fan of them. Maybe you didn't see them because they were a little bit more on the R-rated, maybe the the TV mature side itself. Lots of gore and such, and nudity and so forth. So yes, as a kid, I was able to watch these films behind my parents' back, but it still happened. But either way, though, I was a huge fan of The Toxic Avenger. Well, recently here we have a new game coming out here in 2024 of The Toxic Crusaders. Now, The Toxic Crusaders was the family-friendly kids version of the show. It was an animated show here that basically focused around Toxie, who's the main character, and his group of friends as well, too. So again, though, I want to kind of talk quickly about my experience. So there is a brand new demo out on PC via Steam of Toxic Crusaders. As I mentioned, the game comes out in 2024, but you do get to go ahead and play one level along with one boss fight of the game. This is going to be a beat 'em up style, so if you're familiar with the Ninja Turtles, Shredder's Revenge, or any of those games, River City Girls, etc., then you're going to be kind of familiar with how this is, because it's very, very similar to what those games are. Now, this game is going to be developed by Retroware. If you're not familiar with Retroware, they published the games like the Angry Video Game Nerd 1 and 2, which are two games I actually did play. I really enjoyed. Now, this demo here is available for PC only, but it is coming out. The game itself is coming out for consoles as well too. So I'm excited to be able to get the Nintendo Switch version in my hand, hopefully a physical version as well too. So again, just really quick, want to talk about this game, my experience with it. Now again, it's a beat 'em up game. You basically get to play, they give you a cast of characters to play. They don't give you all characters, but they give you a majority of them. You get to play as Toxie, you get to play as Junkyard, you get to play as Major Disaster. You also get to play as Yvonne, which is Toxie's girlfriend in here. I think it's Yvonne. In the movies it was Yvonne, I'm not too sure. But either way, though, you get to play as Toxie's girlfriend in the game. Now, who's missing in the game is Headbanger, is also going to be No Zone, and then of course Toxie's mom, Mrs. Junko. They're not in the game itself. They're blacked out. You can't play them, but they'll be eventually, of course, in the actual game itself. So again, you get a pretty handful of characters to be able to play, and each character is unique. I found myself really enjoying, Yvonne, Toxie's girlfriend, and Toxie both. Junkyard wasn't too bad. I didn't really care for using Major Disaster. I thought he was a little bit big and clunky. But the most part, though, I had the most fun with Yvonne and with Toxie himself. So Toxie, of course, has his broom that he uses, or his mop that he uses, and of course Yvonne has her accordion that she uses, which she obviously uses in the movie and even in the animated series itself. So again, though, each character, though, like I said, it's a beat 'em up. So you're gonna have your attack, you're gonna have your jump and attack. You can throw, of course, you can grab your opponents, you can throw them into the ground. There's not really a whole lot. It's not super in depth. There's some combos and such that you can do as well. I think the highest one I did was like a 16 hit combo or so forth, and that was with Toxie. Because basically you can run, you can dash, and you can basically twirl his mop around and kind of do several hits that way. But yeah, you can do run and dash attacks, you can do jumping attacks like I mentioned, and of course you have your regular attacks, your throws, etc. So you can use the environmental, things like trash cans, things like big tubes full of toxic chemicals or toxic waste you can use to throw. There's just so many different things that you can do, benches, etc. And of course, just like any other beat 'em up game like Streets of Rage or Turtles or anything else, of course you throw things, you break them, and you get food. So you get turkeys, chicken legs, you get apples, and what have you. You get to pick them up, eat them for health, and so forth. So I did have a lot of fun with the game. Like I said, I thought it was a little bit of lackluster. It was really, really repetitive, just like any other fighting game for the most part. But I thought the environments were pretty cool. The stages were pretty neat, the different areas. But I feel like there could have been a little bit more. Some of the characters. I know this is just a demo, an early demo. The game doesn't come out till next year. But I do feel like that some of the the enemies and so forth were kind of getting a little bit repetitive and such. And the AI wasn't really super smart. It was pretty easy. Again, it's a demo, so that's probably why they did that. So you die and you come back. You don't get a game over or anything. You just gotta keep coming back. But I didn't die a whole lot. Like I said, it was pretty easy for the most part. But again, though, if you're into beat 'em up games, I definitely recommend giving this one a shot. The end boss itself in the first level was, he was fun. He was pretty easy. Again, I'm gonna say it was pretty weak, but it still had fun playing it. But overall, the game itself was fun. Now there is planning on being. They did say there is gonna be 7 levels. I think that's what it said, 7 stages that will feature cameo appearances from like other characters as well too. So you can definitely see people from Nukem High, Sergeant Kabuki Man, Poltergeist, Night of the Chicken Dead. So there will be some cameos. I'm sure Lloyd Kaufman will be in there at some point. But you can definitely find other characters. I did see a couple of people from that they used from the animated series into Citizen Toxie, which is the 4th Toxic Avenger movie as well too. So again, though, a fun game if you're huge into if you're familiar with Toxic Crusaders, you're a retro player, a retro gamer, you like these kind of beat 'em ups, or you're a retro cartoon watcher, then of course you're probably gonna be familiar with the Toxic Crusaders. Plus they had a game back on the Sega Genesis quite some time ago too that was actually a lot of fun. But either way though, if you're into the Toxic Crusaders, you're into Trauma and so forth, you're probably gonna have a lot of fun playing this. Even if you're not a big beat 'em up fan, just seeing the nostalgia and such is just really cool to see. The characters, all the colors are nice and bright as well too. So again, a lot of fun. Each character has their own special move. You get to use that special move. Basically what happens is you get a bar. You can use that special move as much as you want, but as soon as that bar goes down and your special move is out, then you go into start using your health. So then of course your health starts going down. So you want to make sure you keep your bar full for the special. But for the most part though, guys, that's about it. Beat 'em up, fight bosses, 7 stages. What else can I say? Other than that though, I had a lot of fun playing with the characters I got to use. Like I said, I found the most fun with Toxie and Yvonne. They are definitely the 2 I thought that had the best move set. Their specials were the best as well too, and overall their characters are just a lot of fun in the game. Like I said, the Junkyard was fun too, but I'm curious to see how the other ones will play as well too. So let me know down below, guys, what you guys think here. Again, this demo is available on Steam. It's free, so it's available on Steam, but the game itself comes out in 2024 and it'll be released alongside PC with consoles as well too. So again, make sure you guys sign off down below here. Make sure you guys like this video if you choose to. Make sure you subscribe to the channel and make sure you turn on that bell notification to keep up with all things that is Chit Chat Gaming. And as always, guys, happy gaming.